Hey Internet, Jesse and Jay here with another rendition of Private Stock Friday. And this video will probably be released on a Tuesday.
On a Friday.
This guitar is really cool. Really, really cool. You might be familiar with Trey Anastasio. How do you say his last name?
Anastasio.
Anastasio. From Fish. I always say it wrong. He plays a Languedoc. I can pronounce that one. One of, I think, the coolest guitars out there. They're really, really unique, and you never see them anywhere.
No, never.
The builder, Languedoc, makes very, very few guitars. He does still make them, but very, very few.
Right,
it's like you
super
gotta
rare. Just takes
get
forever.
a hold of them. You gotta talk. It's like one of those just really tough to get things, extremely difficult to get, and they never come up for sale used, like ever. I've been looking for one for years and years and years, and I track all the markets and all this stuff. You just can't get one. If you get one, it goes in a collection. That's it.
Immediately, it's gone.
So, I've had several people ask me, how can we do a PRS Hollowbody II build that is similar? Because a Languedoc, if I had one here to show you, is relatively similar to a Hollowbody II. A Languedoc, the key features of it are a fully hollow body with a carved top and back, usually like a mahogany core. There's a tailpiece and there's a floating bridge on those guys, more like a jazz guitar. But it has two humbuckers, your traditional electric controls, and then it has a 25-inch scale length, very similar to a PRS.
Right.
Those have a 14-inch fretboard radius, so it's a little flatter than your typical guitar. And usually they're double bound. They'll have binding on the top, binding on the back, binding on the F-holes, the whole thing. That's the biggest points of it, really. Oh, and it's 24 frets, very importantly.
Right.
A Languedoc is 24 frets. Now, there's no other guitar in existence that really has those specs. And I dug all around to try to find other manufacturers. Nobody really does that. It's really a unique thing. And if you think about it, how cool is an electric guitar, with humbuckers, with a floating bridge and a tailpiece, and double carved and whatever. It's just a really interesting concept. And 24 frets. 24 frets is a more modern thing. Humbuckers is a more rock and roll thing, and then a floating bridge and tailpiece is like a jazz thing. It's a really interesting mashup. And his tone, Trey's tone is phenomenal, right? I mean, absolute legendary. So enter this guitar. So this guitar is a Hollowbody II that in private stock we're able to tweak a few things. So usually a Hollowbody II is 22 frets. We went to 24 frets.
Two more,
which is why the little owl's down here to make sure you remember that this is a 24 fret guitar. Now PRS does not have a way to make this a fully floating top.
Right.
That would require a lot of R&D and screwing around, and we didn't think it would
work.
They told me no. Let's put it that way. They told me no. We got the next best thing, which is one of the two pieces from a McCarty 594 bridge. So there's still a block underneath this, so it's not perfectly accurate to a Languedoc. There is a bridge block underneath this, but we had this really cool,
I love it,
custom handmade tailpiece made. This was Paul Miles' idea to inlay this with maple to match the top, and then the coolest part to me is just that it's stained to match that glow that's on this guitar. It's so sexy. What a great piece. And it's just so well executed too, the way they did this. This is all beveled around this. I mean, it's absolute gorgeous craftsmanship. This is all made out of ebony. It's phenomenal. Just that little piece alone just makes me so happy.
I think it's killer.
On top of that, we've got the humbuckers. We've got, just for the fun of it, flame maple surrounds here. I chose not to do binding on the guitar on the top and back because PRSs always usually have the faux binding, the scrape binding they call it, on the top and the back anyway, and on the F-holes, it gets ultra expensive if you end up doing that. In PRS private stock land, it's like $800 for the top, $800 for the back. The F-holes are, I can't remember if they're $800 or $1,200 each, because there's one guy that makes them and carves them. He's the same guy who's been doing them for 20 years, and it takes him, I think, a day and a half.
We can leave that out on this. I think we'll be okay.
Right, yeah, so, this would have been like a $24,000 guitar or something like that if we left that stuff on. And you can see there it has maple, faux binding in here anyway. I think I like this look a lot.
Fine. Yeah.
Bound neck, flame maple bird inlays. So this neck is important. It's 24 frets, but on a Hollowbody II. Also, it is a 14-inch radius. Usually a PRS is a 10. So this is a 14. It's a little flatter. I love flatter fretboards. I'm a bassist mostly. 20-inch radius on a bass. Oh, I love it. It's like so flat. Really, really cool. And then on the back here, of course, matching, phenomenal flame maple. A traditional color here, again, trying to stay in the vibes of Languedocs. They tend to be more traditional colors. They tend to be in natural, things like that. And a satin, not gloss, satin.
Thank you.
For that neck feel. Roasted flame maple neck. Oh, which just looks
that one pops.
Freaking glorious.
That one really pops.
Flame maple tuner buttons, flame maple on the headstock bird, on the truss rod cover. This guitar is phenomenal. PRS knocked it out of the park. I didn't put coil taps in this one actually, just cause, I don't know, just kept it straight away. If you want taps,
we can do it.
Yeah, we can put the taps in for you, you know. That's basically it. So,
what a sweet guitar.
Jay, give her a play for me. We're gonna hear how it sounds, and I hope you learned a fish song.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, God.
Middle? Bridge.
What do you think?
That's great. It's a really like gained, I will say, I don't want to say gained out, but like you have the option to dig in and pull more than you would think out of a Hollowbody.
Touch sensitive is the word that you're looking for.
Yeah, I guess that's better off.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. And I think that's some of the key to a Hollowbody, right? Is that you have this responsiveness that you get out of something like that you don't get out of a electric guitar that's sort of consistent. Everything you play kind of sounds more compressed, right? On that bridge pickup, I mean, I hear almost very much like, you know, 60s Gretsch kind of vibes almost, really.
Like that twang, like
yeah,
jangle.
you know.
It's like jangly almost, yeah.
Really, really neat.
The cool thing is this is a jazz box too, because you could literally, you don't have to play Trey and Fish only, obviously.
Give us a little jazzy stuff.
If you were to darken it up a little bit. It hits.
Sounds fat and warm, like our scotch.
Like this lovely scotch gifted to us by
Austin.
Beautiful.
What a nice guy, a private stock customer of ours.
So
you can send us scotch
you,
too.
Austin, again.
Yes.
I love it.
What do you think about my inlay idea? The goal was to get some PRS vibes in here,
simplify
but I didn't want to be like, yeah, birds. And I wanted to leave a bird at the end there, the owl on a branch. It's sideways. That's why it kind of looks like a blob if you look at it from the wrong direction.
I think it's great. It kind of...
To make sure you saw that 24th fret, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes the birds, on certain guitars, they fit really nicely. Sometimes it can get a little busy on the eyes, I feel like.
Exactly.
But overall, it's beautiful.
So if you like this guitar, hop in the description below, and there'll be a link to it for you to buy it, which is a great idea. Because we're not going to build another one. This is a special thing that just came out of my brain and into the world.
Your brain did a great job.
Birthed it.
Great brain.
Thanks for watching. Share this, subscribe, hit that little like button, and we'll see you guys soon.